What up, guys? James here with James Techie Reviews, your favorite reviews. Today we're gonna do some tech talk here, and this is gonna be about our kids and what our electronic devices are doing to them. If it's positive, if it's negative. If you have kids, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. Anything with a bright screen, they definitely love and are drawn to that, regardless of their age. But today, let's talk about if there are any pros and cons and what they may be. Some research that I've done myself, and asking you guys on social media what you thought. It was all about time consumption and how long our kids are using these devices. Of course, an overconsumption of anything can be a bad thing, but is that the case with electronic devices? So today it's known as a kids cell phone addiction / internet addiction. Are they actually addicted to the internet and social media, or are they actually drawn and addicted to the actual displays and the vibrant lights that we have in our devices? So of course, with some of the cons that I've found, some of the signs of having cell phone addiction would be that the kids are worrisome, fearful, pessimistic, and shy, which I'm not sure how deep this research goes. This is some general research that I found myself, but for the research, were these kids showing any symptoms prior to the exposure to the cell phone devices, or were these symptoms that happened after? Some other signs were low self-esteem and low cooperation, and some effects that were actually published were decrease in brain connectivity, increase in likelihood to consume alcohol and tobacco, and poor diets. And I'm assuming all those things correlate back to self-esteem and them not being too engaged with an outside life. And two of the intriguing things that I saw was there are actually two issues you can develop being overexposed to cell phone devices. Text neck, which is basically, you looking down all the time on your phone, that can develop, and your spine basically forms to that. And also digital eye strain. It takes a lot on our eyes to always look at our devices, checking the screens. Most of us work with computers or registers that are vibrant in color and display, along with having our cell phones and whatever computer we have at home. But some of the positives that I found, it helps you, of course, keep in touch with your kids. Today's society, that's definitely huge, being able to get in contact with them at all times, because there are crazy people out there. This is definitely a lifeline. It also encourages dependence, which makes them self-sufficient, want to do things on their own, and shows that you also trust them. And what I found out was huge is all these negative symptoms that happen to kids without learning disability, the opposite actually happens to kids with learning disabilities. So kids with disabilities actually show and perform better with interactive devices such as these to help them learn, instead of traditional flashcards. It's similar to the way ADD medication works on someone who doesn't have ADHD or ADD versus someone who does have it. They work in two different ways. So with kids with like Asperger's and learning disabilities, their brain actually functions higher with these devices and interacting with them. So these kids may not be social with one another, but they're social and interactive with these devices, which is definitely a pro in my opinion. So what this really boils down to is an overconsumption of everything is a bad thing. I think in today's age that technology is definitely growing in the right direction, and it definitely helps us with a lot of things that we do on a daily basis, such as find jobs, communicate with people at work, social media, marketing. You can basically become self-employed from one of these devices if you're doing all the right things. And also, school's really huge. Most of our schools have interactive tablets that they use on a daily basis, or computers that are provided with all the textbooks preloaded into this technology. Also, our paying systems are built into these phones, so really you can leave your house with just your phone and your driver's license pretty much and your keys, and of course you'll be good to go. You have your wallet inside your cell phone, all your contacts inside your cell phones, and most of the time many of us will actually forget our license or our keys before we forget our cell phone. Our cell phone's always the first thing we grab. So imagine if our keys and our identification can be built into a cell phone and we only have to carry one device. Pretty crazy to think the rate that technology is growing, but it's definitely a positive for all of us. Just don't overconsume, and we'll all be heading in the right direction. And I'm excited to see where technology takes us in the next 5 years. Whatever you guys' opinion are on technology and how it's impacting our youth, definitely comment below. If you like the video or don't like the video, either give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. Tell me what you did or didn't like and how I can improve on the next video. Also, the beat on this video was produced by Benjamin Stacks. I'll put his link below so you can check him out, and also let me know if you like the background beat playing in the video. Peace.